the domain of the definition of the function f of x equals to 1 divided by square root of x minus step x. So here the condition should be x minus step x should be greater than 0. So this we can write it as fractional part of x is greater than 0. Fractional part of x is greater than 0 means x belongs to. So fractional part greater than 0 means x belongs to r minus z. If fractional part of x plus fractional part of sin x is equals to 0. The question is, find the values of x if fractional part of x plus fractional part of sin x equals to 0. So that means here individually we know that fractional part of a function range is always in between 0 and 1. So that means here also the range should be in between 0 and 1 only. Now sum of these two things they are telling 0. So that means a plus b equals to 0. In this case it is possible if both are equals to 0. Otherwise it is not possible because fractional part cannot be negative. Fractional part is always positive and lies in between 0 and 1. So here it happens only if fractional part of x is equals to 0 and fractional part of sin x is equals to 0. Now listen here. Fractional part of x equals to 0 means the possibility is x equals to integers. So z I will write say I or z anything, no problem. Fractional part of x equals to 0 is possible if x is an integer. Now we will come back here. Fractional part of sin x equals to 0 means here sin x should be integer. Now what are the possible integers does sin x generates? Minus 1, 0, 1 only. So because the range of sine function is in between minus 1 and 1 and there the possible integers are what for sin x? Minus 1, 0 and 1 only. That implies the possible values of x are pi by 2 either plus or minus, and next one is 0, it happens at pi. So that means general solution you can write like this: x equals to plus or minus n pi by 2 comma n pi. So this is the case. So that means we need to have the integers and this one. So now next, solution set of the equation fractional part of x plus fractional part of sin x is equals to 2. Basics only, that's it. No, that is by looking at the question, don't jump into solve the questions like previous. That's why immediately why I have given means I want to tempt you to do like this. So you need to think always what we are dealing. We are dealing with a fractional part function. Sum of two fractional part of function equals to 2. What is the range of a fractional part function? Lies in between 0 and 1. So when it lies in between 0 and 1 means, so here the maximum value will get 0.999 something. And here also the maximum value will be 0.999. If you add those two also, it will never be 2. That means sum of two fractional parts of functions always less than 2 only, because the range of the fractional part of any kind of function lies in between 0 and 1 only. When it lies in between 0 and 1 means how can sum will be 2 or greater than 2? That is not possible. Sum will be always less than 2 only. That's why your solution is x belongs to null set. If y equals to greatest integer function of x plus sigma r equals to 1 to 200 fractional part of x plus r divided by 200, then slope of the straight line formed is. Now check y equals to greatest integer function x plus, you will expand the sigma. If you expand the sigma, so what are the different values you will get? See there, fractional part of x plus 1 Next is fractional part of x plus 2. Next is fractional part of x plus 3, and so on. Finally, we'll get fractional part of x plus 200. So, whole divided by, we have 200. Now we know the concept, fractional part of x plus an integer is always equals to fractional part. So, based upon that logic, so we can write it as y equals to step x plus, for everywhere we can write like this, fractional part plus fractional part and so on up to fractional part. So, whole divided by 200. How many times means 200 times clearly. So, that is equals to greatest integer function x plus 200 times of fractional part of x divided by 200. So, 200 divides 200, then what left? Greatest integer function x plus fractional part of x. So, we know that greatest integer plus fractional part is always x. Now, we got a straight line y equals to x and whose slope is equals to 1. That is the question. Find the value of y equals to x minus greatest integer function x minus 2. Finding the value of any function is nothing but we need to calculate its output, not domain. Don't confuse. Domain means for what values of x the function is defined, that is called the domain of the function. So, here the question is what? Find the value of total function, that is nothing but range of the function. So, instead of asking find the range, they may ask find the value of the function. Value of the function means output. What is the output of the function? So, we not yet started range, but in detail range topics again we will see, but here these are simple things, that is why I am dealing here itself. If you want the range or final value of y equals to x minus step of x minus 2, then we will go for normal simplification of this one. X minus, so step of x minus 2, we can split the integer separately. That means we can write it as step x minus 2. So, if you open the bracket, x minus step x, minus of minus plus 2. X minus step x is what? Fractional part of x. So, now the question changes as fractional part of x plus 2. We know that fractional part of x always lies in between 0 and 1. Now, we will add 2, then we will get the original question. So, if we add to 0 plus 2 is 2 and 1 plus 2 is 3. So, now fractional part of x plus 2 is your question. So, that means y lies in between 2 and 3. So, therefore, range of the function or value of the function is closed interval 2 to open interval 3. Find the range of y equals to x plus 2 minus greatest integer function x minus 3. To just see it, y equals to, we can write it as x plus 2. So, this we can write it as minus step x plus 3. So, this is x minus step x plus 5. So, x minus step x is fractional part of x plus 5. And again we know that fractional part of x lies in between 0 and 1. So, add 5 throughout, you get 6. This is nothing but y. So, the range is in between 5 and 6. Domain of f of x equals to 1 divided by square root of fractional part of x minus 1 by 2. Okay, students, see here, so we need to maintain square root function should be greater than or equals to 0, but it is there in the denominator, so we need to take only greater than 0. So, that means the condition what will get, fractional part of x should be greater than 1 by 2. So, fractional part of x is greater than 1 by 2 means, now the question is, when fractional part is equals to 1 by 2. Fractional part of x is 1 by 2 means, now x will be 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5 and so on, and even negative values also possible. We will take the help of a graph. How many values we will analyze? We can't analyze. We will take a graph. Up to 4 I am taking. We know the graph of the function c, so it will be like this. So here air bubbles. So this is the graph. So here we know that this value is 1. Now fractional part of x is greater than 1 by 2 means here y equals to 1 by 2 line will come somewhere over here in the middle. This is your line y equals to 1 by 2. Now fractional part of x graph is this one. So for what values it is more if you observe c. So here if you observe a value, so here we will get a value 1 by 2 and here we will get a value. So in the middle means we will get 1 by 2 means that is 3 by 2 and here we will get a value in between, that is 2.5 means 5 by 2 and here we will get a value, so that is 7 by 2. So that means here in this positive side if I take c, so when fractional part of x is more than 1 by 2 means in between 1 by 2 and 1. So that means here I will write on bracket c, x belongs to, so closed interval 1 by 2 means that is equal, so more they are asking means open interval 1 by 2 comma 1. So because at 1 what happens, fractional part of function will become 0 because no decimal part over there. So union, next part what will get 3 by 2 comma 2. Union, next part what will get 5 by 2 comma 3 and so on. On the other side also we will get negative side also. The same way, negative side also we can observe from where to where it is positive. So here if you observe the point, here we will get minus 1 by 2. In between minus 1 by 2 comma 0 it is more. And next here one more point will get like that. Like that. Depends upon the option, we need to choose that one. These many points will come where fractional part of function is more than 1 by 2. In the same way we may get a situation less than 1 by 2. Less than 1 by 2 situation will be in between 0 and 1 by 2 fractional part function is lesser. In between 1 and 3 by 2 that is lesser. In between 2 and 5 by 2 that is lesser. So is it clear this concept?